This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at ksgrainsorghum.org. That was a nice nap. Anyway, we're back. I'm Frank, she's Deb, and you're not. No.
Wake up, people.
That's an old joke.
All right, so we're in the midst of the anniversary of World War I, and we were actually, Jake and I were over at the World War I Museum again, 2 or 3 weeks ago with the Order of the Indian Wars group. And most of those folks had not seen the museum yet, and they're from all over the country. This is the annual fall conference for the Order of the Indian Wars. And, of course, blown away. How can you not be blown away? And I had the great privilege to go to the World War I Museum with 190, I think, officers from Great Britain. And this is when I was doing a lot of stuff at the Command College. And they're like, what have you Yanks got over here? You know, we actually had the war. What have you got? And out here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of America, we couldn't drag them out. They were blown away. And it reminded me that the opening film at the World War I Museum, it's just a few minutes. Every school child in America and every politician in America ought to see this film. It is the best summation of World War I. And it's pretty freaky, scary, Frank, because the world is a pretty freaky, scary place right now. And you look at that microcosm of World War I and how it happened, then it's like, oh, man. So it's a very important place. You know, take the weekend, take your kids, take Grandma and Grandpa, and see this museum. It's incredible. A few years ago, my friend Scott Porter, retired colonel and instructor at the Army's Command and General Staff College, asked me to join him in hosting a unique group of tourists. Scott is also a trustee for the Liberty Memorial and World War I Museum, and he had about 200 officers from the United Kingdom coming for a tour. They were expecting Dorothy. Most of those officers were visiting Kansas for the first time, and it was visions of flying monkeys and swirling houses that filled their imaginations. They scoffed that this facility would be worth their time. To their surprise, they found the preeminent World War museum in the world, one offering not only the American experience, but the experience of soldiers throughout. That focus made an impression on more than one foreign officer. Majors Alex West and Dick Taylor, as I recall, were struck by the international scope of the displays. It's not just America in the Great War. Because of the balanced approach in presenting the complex issues, it's meaningful for their countrymen as well. The officers were visiting Fort Leavenworth as part of an exchange program with the UK's equivalent military institution. After weeks of immersion at CGSC, after sharing ideas, doctrine, and tactics, the Brits had the opportunity to explore beyond the walls of the fort, and I had the amazing opportunity to see Liberty Memorial through their eyes.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.